his chin and a grin, telling stories about where he's been. Boomer's got whiskey, he's loosening his tie, chasing dreams under a midday sky. The bartender knows us, he's mixing with flair. Every sip's a moment we're happy to share. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worry slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for the day. The clock don't matter, we're lost in the vibe. Jazz in the air, feel the soul come alive. From martinis to bourbon, we're riding the wave. Stealing this hour, it's the freedom we crave. Sun's still shining, but we're in our zone. This bar's our shelter, our temporary home. One more round before the world calls us back. Savor the moment, keep the blues in the rack. We'll laugh, we'll toast, till the afternoon fades. Memories made in these liquid escapades. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worry slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for the day. So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun. Our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon. Chasing that jazz under the high noon.
Salute to another week. Happy Monday to all of you. So good to see all of your, well, I'm going to assume smiling faces here. I hope you, if you didn't come in with a smiling face, I hope you will leave with a smiling face. At least that's the goal around here. It is Monday, so let's drink to that, right? Got a lot of cool stuff planned out for you today. Some great promos. I think we're going to have a good week. I really do. Sadly, I was not able to get around to getting a promo put together for Netter's Network on Thursday, where her guest will be Charlotte Nightstar, the werewolf. But we will have that promo up for you tomorrow. In the meantime, I've got an unboxing to do. I believe this is part 2 of an unboxing I did last week. We'll see. I don't know for sure. Like I said, we'll get to that. And what I really want to get to right now is all of your comments. Starting with Lynn Green, who saw the stream go up last night and probably dropped her comment before she went to bed. See you in 6 hours, she said. Good to see you. Good to see you. Big Al Presents says, happy Monday, Liquid Lunchers. Hope you all enjoy the show. Have a fun musing, Troy. Yeah, a little something to think about and chew on, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on this as well. Nobody's thoughts are more important to me than the love of my life, who comes to say that I'm the love of her life. That's Netter of Netter's Network. She says, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, become a member, gift a membership if you're feeling particularly generous. Yes, help me get back to 100 members, please. We slipped off at the beginning of the year, and I would really like to get back to 100 members if I could do that, and you could help. Let's see here. There we go. because I had a lot of comments in there too. I didn't need to read those. Hey, Jonathan Conroy says, "Hail all, smash the like button and enjoy the show." Yes, please do all of those clicky things. It really, really encourages me. Connie Cleary, the bird woman of YouTube and Fluff Chick Productions, comes to say, "Hail." Thank you so much for being here, Connie. You are a wonderful, wonderful blue wrench. So, should I start out with the unboxing? No sense waiting on that. The mail got here just before the show went live, so why not? Let's see. This comes to us from a Big Bad Toy Store. I think here in the United States, you guys all know them. It is them and Entertainment Earth are the go-to toy stores for collectible toys when you're having a hard time finding them on the store shelves, because who uses toy shelves these days. So earlier, was it last week? I think it was. I did an unboxing of this bad boy here. The this isn't Mezco. What is this? This is Spin. I almost said Spin Doctors. Spin whatever. This particular 3 3/4 inch Batmobile, and yes, I do have the two from back in the late 80s. So obviously these kind of go with it. I've got here, of course, we've got Batman. There is a what's it called? A unique Batman figure that comes with the Batmobile, but this is the one with all the accoutrement. Let's see, what has he got? He's got alternate arms. I'm not sure what those are for. His grappling gun, the harpoon, the batarang. Yeah, so that's Batman 89, and it's done in the Toy Biz colors, which I think is pretty darn cool. We've got, of course, the Joker. This is his, traditional outfit with swappable heads. Why is it a swappable head? I see. It's a swappable head because the hat is attached to the head, so it doesn't fall off. It comes with his megaphone, an alternate arm for holding that megaphone, and his walking stick. So there you go. All hail the new king in town. And then, of course, Joker Goon, or Bob the Goon, as he was known back in the day. What's interesting here is that Bob the Goon comes with alternate arms and head to turn him into the sword master, the sword guy. So I got to see if this is still available. I ordered this as a pre-order. If I can get another one, then I have both of those goons. What I don't have then is Lawrence. So anyway, I think that's pretty cool. I am definitely going to be doing a Batman 89 diorama at some point in the far future. I will first be finishing the I'm working on the 97 Star Wars Cantina diorama. That should be in the next week or two. I'm also going to be getting the review of the Hasbro, and show you guys. I guess it'll kind of be an unboxing video. I don't know, of the Hasbro Cantina. And then, of course, I've got some custom figures that I'm working on that I want to show all of you guys. And so there you go. And Samuel Proctor. That's got me looking through my collection of wedding comic book issues. Spider-Man and Mary Jane. I've got both of the alternate covers. The one with Spider-Man in costume and the heroes and villains, and the one with Peter Parker with the street level villains and the family and friends. I've got both of those. Superman and Lois Lane, I've got those as well. Yep, the wedding pictures. I don't have Cyclops and Jean Grey. I wasn't into Avengers back then. Geek Flag Nate Knows says like, share, let's try that again. Like, share, subscribe, comment, become a member, and if you were going to give a super chat of $5 or more, why not gift a membership instead and make our family grow? And putting his money where his mouth is, I guess he wanted to give a $5 super chat, but instead he gifted a last call membership that went to nobody. Who did it go to? Let's see. Give me a moment here. Well, he gifted a membership, but I don't see that it actually went to anybody. Well, let's try that again. Live chat. It may not have actually, it's not showing yet. Yeah, it's not showing at all. And it usually shows pretty much right away. So I'm wondering if you even got charged for that, Nate. If not, no sweat. I will consider it one of those, it's the thought that counts. I always do appreciate you guys at least trying to support me, in spite of the fact that the studio may not. So where did it go? I don't know. I do not know. You know what I could also do is I could check to see if it came through in my in the studio. Let me see. Open link. My videos. Come on. Now YouTube wants to be slow. Oh, it knows. It knows it's screwed up. And it's trying to give me as much difficulty as possible. Let's see. Your videos. Yeah, my videos. Come on. Dashboard. Nope. It's only showing the ones that I got yesterday. That went to Samuel Proctor, Karen Owen, Jesse Green. So maybe it didn't take. Maybe it didn't take. Don't worry about that. By the way, Troy, that comment you read about my rereading the marriage comics was a follow-up to a previous comment about my cousin getting married last weekend. Well, congratulations to Samuel Proctor's cousin. I hope it was a beautiful ceremony, and I hope it will be a beautiful marriage. Wishing them all the best. So there you go. So getting to my musing, right? I don't think I've talked about her on this channel at all, because she's not someone that I'm a big fan of, not that I dislike her, just don't follow her anymore. And that's Taylor Swift. I understand she's real big. Her fans call themselves Swifties. Don't know why people have to have special names for groups of fans, but there you go. But the thing about it though is Nate, that normally, even if someone isn't here, as long as they've been here at some point in time, they will get a random membership. And I don't know what the algorithm is that determines who gets it, but it's people that come in here all the time, people that have been members in the past, I think is how it starts. And then I'm sure if it runs out of those, it'll go to people that have never been on the channel and say, hey, go check this channel out. You're a member for a month or so. But so yeah. So I can't remember a damn song she ever sang, but she started out as a country artist. And I remember listening to her during my post college days, I guess, after I'd gotten married. And I'd listen to her, not because I was listening to her in particular, but I was listening to the local country station, and she had some songs on and didn't mind, or sang along with the songs, although now I can't even remember them. Now she's become kind of a big pop, you know, character, and not really getting the hype. She's become more prefab than anything else. It's like she's got people doing choreography for her and doing these big, light and show, you know, prancing pony type bits. That's just not my thing. I'm into the music, and her music just sounds generic to me. But boy, people freak out if you say anything critical about her. I don't even know her well enough to truly be critical of her. But let me share an article that I pulled up that got me thinking about this today, because I guess she's gotten herself kind of involved in some. Oh yeah, it's my icon from yesterday, Doctor Who. William Hartnell. I share a birthday with him. So she's gotten herself all involved in the this whole Blake Lively thing. Quick, I want to say hi to Penny. Penny. Good to see you, Penny. Thank you so much for being here. The singer Tiffany Ashley started out as a country singer, too, and didn't gain popularity until she switched to pop music. I've never heard of her. She must be after my time when it comes to country music, and doing witchcraft on stage, because she does a complete witch ritual on stage at the end of her shows. Is that Taylor Swift you're talking about, or this Tiffany whatever it is? Either way, that's no bueno. I don't dig it. I don't dig it. That's weird. Weird. But looks like Taylor Swift is having some popularity problems because of the collateral damage from this whole Blake Lively thing. Don't know. Even her whole relationship with that footballer just seems so, like I said, prefab is the only way I could put it. For years, Taylor Swift has seemed untouchable. Well, I have no desire to touch her. So what's the difference there? And so again, while I'm kind of going through this, I'd love to know if any of you guys consider yourselves Swifties, if any of you guys are fans. And there's no shade on you if you are. In fact, enlighten me. What is it about Taylor Swift that you like that, might convince me to check out her music again? Because I'm not a concert goer. I'm not into videos, and I'm certainly not into gossip about these people. I don't give a crap what they're doing in their personal lives. Tiffany actually started out as a country star, yeah, and gained popularity until she switched to pop music. No, I got that. Oh, but it's Taylor Swift that's doing the witchy stuff. Okay, gotcha. Maybe that's the secret of her success, I guess. That bill comes due eventually, so good luck to her. Samuel Proctor says, I was a Taylor Swift hater before it was cool. In elementary school, she was everywhere. Her and Justin Bieber. Okay, so I get that. There's something about milk toast popular, right? Like I said, and you could apply this to Justin Bieber as well, I suppose. That did Wilkie's Movies and Music pop in here? I didn't see a comment, but if you're here, Corey, welcome. But Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, and just just almost every pop artist you can think of. And no shade, I liked her back in the day. A redheaded girl from the '80s named Tiffany. She came on the pop charts with a cover of the Locomotion song. The Locomotion. That's the name of the song, The Locomotion. It was kind of a dance hit, and she got popular doing music in malls back when malls were a thing. She followed it up uh, with a really beautiful ballad called "Could Have Been." I loved that song. That was the pining song for my teenage years. But so I get it, but her music was very, very formulaic, very, cookie cutter. And the same is true of Justin Bieber, and the same is true of Taylor Swift. I think a big part of it is their performing and their looks. I mean, Justin Bieber probably appealed to the teenagers. If he'd lived in the '70s, he'd have been in Tiger Beat and that kind of stuff. And so I think you tended to have because the girls would be so into Justin Bieber because he was cute, and the guys would be so into like Tiffany because she was cute. Probably the same thing with Tiffany. I mean with Taylor Swift. So the opposite gender tends to kind of hate on him out of a certain amount of jealousy, kind of thing. But as you get older and mature, those things just don't matter anymore. And you start to pay more attention to the music. And I guess if you were into them as a kid, you'll still like the music as an adult because of the nostalgia you attach to it. That's kind of how I feel about Tiffany's music. Yeah. I mean, but the quality of the music to try and get into it now, if I was, because I've heard some of Justin Bieber stuff, and I was, obviously older, and I had an appreciation for music by that point. And what's his a baby, baby, baby? I mean, I'm not even, making stuff up and joking. That's, and I'm like, seriously, this is a song. I kind of felt like my grandfather. Picking on my music back in the day, but Swift was similar to rabid fandom as Zack Snyder. Yeah. Oh, has a similar rabid fandom. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know who else does? I don't understand it. Amber Heard. Her fans are like psycho supporters. I wonder if this Taylor Swift fiasco will affect the NFL since they love her. Cough, cough. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. No, Troy. Tiffany isn't in the '80s getting popularity with the song I Think We're Alone Now. Oh. Yeah. I'm sorry. I Think We're Alone Now. That was the remake. Because she also did The Locomotion, right? Which is kind of a double whammy because it's two covers, which of course got my mother's attention. She's like, "Oh, I know that song, right?" Never heard of Amber Heard fan after. Never heard of an Amber Heard fan after. Oh, they flare up like on social media every now and again, like the dregs of a forest fire that start up again every now and again. Actually, Taylor Swift isn't popular with guys. She is popular with women. I don't even know what to make of that then. I don't even know what to make of that then. Anyway, let's get back to this. For years, Taylor Swift had seemed untouchable, a crucial force whose brand and popularity transcended music charts, box office numbers, and even criticism itself. But new polling data suggests the facade of invincibility may be cracking, and notably, it began before the most recent wave of controversy tied her directly to Blake Lively's ongoing legal drama. I think this kind of goes. Oh, Debbie Gibson. Oh, I love Debbie Gibson too. She was, yeah, I guess she kind of falls into that kind of pop teen idol. And here we're talking about Tiffany. We're talking about Debbie Gibson, right? Who was the lead singer of the Go-Go's too? Oh, come on, Big Al. You're going to come through for me in the next 30 seconds. I know. You're already typing. I can hear the keyboard tapping. Oh, darn it. I can't remember. Because she had a little bit of a solo career, too, after the Go-Go's. But anyway. According to new data highlighted by the New York Post, Taylor Swift's popularity has already been sliding. Belinda Carlisle. That's right. Netter got it first. Belinda Carlisle, Debbie Gibson, Tiffany. What do those three have in common, Big Al? Go out there and do a little image search. Let's see here. Already been sliding. The subsequent release of controversial text messages has only intensified scrutiny, and the subsequent release. Oh no, I'm sorry. Has only intensified scrutiny around the pop star and those orbiting her. Let's see. Yes, Locomotion was her second hit. Okay, thank you. She also did a very popular cover of the Beatles. When I saw him standing there, I'd forgotten that. See, yeah, and she was doing all these covers of 50s and 60s songs. And that was actually totally niche for me because I was real into my mom's music. So I really, responded to that really well. And she didn't remake them in such a way that was like, yeah, it's like, okay, this is kind of an 80s version of that same pop song, right? Amber Heard's fans flare up like hemorrhoids. That's a good one, Nate. Absolutely. The New Yorker reports that the decline in Swift's public standing didn't begin with the courtroom revelations. Polling data shows her popularity was already slipping before any of the private messages showing Blake Lively involving Blake Lively became public. According to YouGov tracking conducted earlier this month, Swift's favorability ratings fell sharply compared to the same period last year. The drop from the mid-50s to the mid-40s represents a notable erosion of an artist long considered nearly immune to reputational damage. I can't even say anything about her legs. She's kind of skinny. While her overall name recognition remains virtually universal, the numbers suggest a growing disconnect between familiarity and approval. Let's move on. Oh, I should, so I can see a little bit better. Text messages changed the conversation. 2 weeks after the poll was conducted, Swift found herself pulled directly into Lively's legal battle with actor and filmmaker Justin Baldoni. Text messages between Swift and Lively were shared publicly in court during the trial. One particular message attributed to Swift drew immediate backlash. I think this bitch knows something is coming because he's gotten out his tiny violin, she reportedly said to Lively. Another message showed Swift praising Lively after Baldoni was dropped by his agency. You won, you did it, and you helped so many people who won't have to go through this again. Again, projecting all of this hashtag Me Too type stuff on him that doesn't really bear out in the evidence of the trial. While the New York Post does not editorialize on the content of the text, their publication placed Swift firmly inside the legal dispute she was not formally party to, a development that appears to have amplified negative sentiments already forming among portions of the public. Okay, so that's really, I'm going to just kind of stop it there because I don't really want to talk about her that much. I just find this to be a fascinating thing. I'm also not seeing this whole Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni thing as being as big a deal, or at least as popular to talk about as the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. That was, I even did a couple streams about it myself. That was just some craziness. Yeah, that's another thing. You also have these stars deciding to be political, which honestly to me is a great way to cut your audience in half. That's fine. But I think we're starting to see a lot of people reacting more and more strongly to that. People are starting to care less and less about celebrities' opinions, particularly about politics, and it's beginning to be off-putting. So I think a lot of people are starting to tune out from the Hollywood goofballery, just in my opinion. Anyway, I'm going to take a 3-minute break where I'm going to share with you the promos that I put together for what we got coming up this week. While I do that, Nate, Big Al, have you figured out what that connection above and beyond being pop female of pop females of the 80s between Belinda Carlisle, Tiffany, and Debbie Gibson? Be back in just 3 minutes.
You are watching Liquid Lunch, streaming every weekday at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Let's sip together. Every Monday night is Members Night at the movies on Last Call. Members enjoy an exclusive watch party just for them, and you can join too for as little as $1.99 a month. This week, Troy is looking to cleanse his palate after viewing Tron Ares yesterday and wants to return to the original Disney classic that started it all, the 1982 sci-fi classic starring Jeff Bridges and Bruce Boxleitner, Tron. Members, please join us tonight at 9 Central, 10 Eastern, and if you're not a member, please consider it. It really helps support what we do here at Last Call. Thanks. This week on Live from Sparkwood and 21, the Superfans are presenting the final part of Twin Peaks, Firewalk with Me, Teresa Banks, and the Last Days of Laura Palmer, the fan edit of Firewalk with Me and the Missing Pieces. Join us to watch live off-platform and hear the commentary on deleted scenes and affiliates, Tuesday at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern.
After a 4-month absence, Sherlock Holmes returns to Baker Street following an important assignment for the French government, recovering the Mona Lisa stolen from the Louvre, and several attempts on his life by the crime's perpetrator, Professor Moriarty. Ultimately, will Holmes survive? The final problem? Find out on Last Call presents The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, this Tuesday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern.
This week on Saturday Night at the Movies, a narcissistic, self-centered weatherman finds himself in a time loop on Groundhog Day. Bill Murray and Andie MacDowell star in the 1993 romantic comedy classic Groundhog Day. This Saturday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern on Netter's network Retro Cinema.
This week on Last Call Presents Doctor Who, the crew of the TARDIS find themselves and their ship acting very strangely indeed. Blame runs high for the ship's unusual behaviour, until the Doctor realises the TARDIS itself may be trying to warn them that they might be on the edge of destruction. This Tuesday at 11:30 p.m. Central, 12:30 Eastern.
We now return to our liquid lunch.
Taylor Swift fans started turning on her when she got engaged. She was the woman always singing about bad relationships and bad boyfriends. Yeah, that reminds me, the one song that I can think of hers, and I do think. The camera's way too high. The one song that I can think of in her popularity, I think it was like one of her first big pop songs, was "Shake It Off," and I remember that song being really popular, and Barack Obama, during his presidency, referenced it, talking about negative comments a president receives, and he said, "You just got to do like Taylor Swift, and you just got to shake it off." And I think most of us that are in any way politically minded tend to, have our opinions and our feelings, and a little pro one side and anti the other side. And I think when the guy you didn't vote for is quoting a pop song that you already couldn't care less about, it's like, okay, I'm kind of off put by that. And then, yeah, you're right. She was, talking about supporting Biden and everything. It's like, well, okay, you made your choice, and that helped me make my choice pretty easily. Something that Boomer and I were talking about last night, and I want to kind of touch on again, because I'm thinking about this. I haven't again. This is like, Monday is just amusing, not amusing, but is for musing about topics, things that I'm just thinking about, ruminating on, haven't come to a decision about yet. I'm interested in input. No predictions or anything just yet, just still processing, right? And oops, I shouldn't have done it that way. Yeah, remove that layer. I wanted to go to here to bring that up. That's the way to do it. Disney marketing reorganization signals centralized control as company pushes one unified brand. And I suspect this has to do, at least in part, with the exiting of Iger. Oh, yep, this one comes to us from Martin Montanaro, great writer. But I didn't mean to go there. I meant to see what they're talking about here. Disney marketing is undergoing major internal overhaul, and while corporate media is framing the move as a bold step forward towards synergy, the reality is far less reassuring for audiences who have watched the company struggle to reconnect with consumers over the last several years. According to a newly revealed internal memo obtained by Variety, Disney has officially centralized its entire marketing apparatus under newly appointed Chief Marketing and Brand Officer Asad Ayaz. That stated goal is to present one unified storytelling brand across film, television, streaming, theme parks, consumer products, and sports. That's troubling. That is troubling because unified storytelling brand across everything. The same people telling stories for Star Wars should not be the same people telling stories for Marvel, should not be the same people telling stories for Pixar. These are different audiences, different stories altogether with a different flavor. This almost sounds to me like we want to unify behind a single message, In practice, this marks one of the most aggressive top-down consolidations of messaging the company has ever attempted. See, that's my problem. This isn't just a reshuffling of executives. It's an acknowledgement, whether Disney wants to admit it or not, that the brand has become fragmented, inconsistent, increasingly disconnected from its core audience. There's no doubt about that. But I'm not sure that unifying message is truly geared at an audience they never cared about to begin with. Disney marketing executives are now being folded into a dual reporting structure that ultimately answers to a single centralized authority. Ugh, I do not like the sound of that. 5 top marketing chiefs remain in place across key divisions, but they now report directly to Ayaz, alongside their respective segment heads. Disney is also creating an enterprise marketing group that will oversee brand strategy, creative execution, media buying, data analytics. Okay, now this part, that's the way marketing is supposed to work. So, okay, this I dig. The language used in the memo leans heavily on buzzwords like scale, optimization, data-driven decision making, and global alignment. Okay, that's the way business is supposed to work. I understand. Most notably absent is any mention of creativity, storytelling, autonomy, or audience trust. That's a good point. That's a great point. For a company built on emotional connection and generational loyalty, Disney marketing now reads more like a corporate governance project than creative strategy. And guys, I think this totally falls into where we're at in this world of large language, predictive algorithm, artificial intelligence. It strips away the humanity and the intuition, and replaces it with statistics and algorithms. And this is what's worked in past. Change the names and re-release. And that's how you get things like The Force Awakens, right? That's how you get, insert, soft reboot, soft remake here. Let's take the formula that worked and redo it. Now, I'm not saying that these decisions that worked out so poorly for Disney were done by AI. By no means. I think these decisions predate even being able to use AI for that. I'm just saying that lazy people behave like computers, and they have for a long time. They're not engaging the thinky bits. They're just doing the, redo, re-release, consume product. Hey, let's re-release this action figure with a little bit more posability, or with a better paint job, or a swappable head or something, and people will buy it all over again. Oh, this is back when the Little Mermaid was a redheaded white girl. What do you know about that? Disney marketing is responding to brand fatigue. Well, again, I reject the idea of brand fatigue. If you love a brand, you'll never get enough of it. But it's got to be good. If it starts getting boring and rehashing, then yeah, people are going to get fatigued very, very quickly. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard, because you can't have a Disney brand on Alien, Predator, everything in the 20th Century Fox. Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. A little too late for for many IPs. Disney has too many hands in the cookie jar. Yeah, I think these big brands that most fans are saying have been destroyed, they need to just be put back on the shelf. until the adults get back in the room and can shepherd them the way they need to be done. So, Troy, you're thinking about talking about these new Epstein files that were just released, or did I miss it if you all did already? I have not. I heard they were released. There's thousands of pages to go through, so I don't have any gut instinct from it either. If I'm gonna give a gut instinct on it, I'm gonna say I think that at this point it's a distraction, because releasing this is the continuous behavior of this pay to pay Pam Bondi deep state run Justice Department. We're going to release information. Well, we're going to hold off on doing that as long as we possibly can. We want to wait for the statute of the limitations to run out, so Pam Bondi doesn't actually have to prosecute anyone. And when the pressure gets too high and the president says you have to, she'll eventually release stuff, but continue to drag her feet. No one's going to get indicted. Nothing's going to happen unless there's some big outcry from something people find in those files. Then she'll claim to be investigating doing something with it. And again, just dragging her feet until the statute of limitations runs out. We have seen this happening in the election investigations, in the COVID investigations. We wait and we wait and we wait until it's so old there's no one to prosecute. There's nothing to do anymore. When a real Justice Department would be saying, not only do we have to go after people so that people see that there are consequences to their actions, but as a deterrent to ever letting this kind of stuff happen again. But it's pay to pay Pam Bondi. The people of Florida knew who she was, but apparently, if you look like a model, the Don is going to give you a position of importance. It's one thing to make a model your wife. He made a lovely choice there. There's no doubt about that. But that doesn't mean put these people in charge of things like Pam Bondi and Ice Barbie. What's her name? I'm forgetting her name too. But anyway, brand fatigue. I'm done with it. I'm done musing. You got me now on another topic, and I've lost my cool. Bill Gates has some spicy content involving his wife and women of the night. I'm sure these people are sickos. They really are. I'm just going to say this. Fantasy is one thing. When fantasy becomes reality, things change. Reality does not work the way you imagine it does in your head. And I find this especially true for these people who kind of live in a fantasy world, right? You imagine that the world would be better if you were in charge, if you had everybody eating the synthetic foods you make and taking the shots that you say. And depopulation is a good thing from your perspective, because that means more for you. But things don't really work out that way. There are downstream effects that make your little imagined utopia not work the way it should. And the same is true for these bedroom activities that sound really good in your adult movies, but don't play out the same way in reality. But anyway, I like to live in the real world because what choice do you have? And maybe focusing on reality, you can have a better life. If you keep focusing on fantasy and pretending to live there, you will continually find yourself disappointed. You will continually find yourself disappointed. And when it comes to making uninformed long-term decisions, just remember there's some decisions you make that you can't take back. Cutting off body parts cannot be undone. Seriously messing with your hormones cannot be undone. Releasing bacterias that you've generated in a lab into the world can't be taken back. That's the stuff of sci-fi. That's how world-ending events happen. Oh, we were just trying to do something that would just affect certain people. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. We were just trying to create a pesticide that would just affect. Yeah, it doesn't just affect. It eventually affects everything. That's real science. When they say trust the science, they want you to trust their fantasy idea of science, not real science. It's kind of funny, Troy. I've heard people who are cynical of Trump at the moment call everything he does a distraction from releasing the files, the exact opposite of what you said. I just find it funny. It's not, I don't believe it's Trump. That's the thing that people are missing. People tend to do this with presidents. They think the president is in charge of all of this. And you have to look at the people that really are in charge. And sometimes it's the president putting someone in charge. And he has chosen to put, Pam Blondie and Ice Barbie in charge of things. Cashless Patel, right? Dumb Bongino, right? People that had no business being in charge of these things, he put them in charge. And they have ulterior motives or are just completely incompetent or both. And that's what I blame Trump for. I saw it in the first term, and I don't see anything change in the second term. He made a few good choices, and those are the people he's tried to marginalize. Tulsi Gabbard was a great choice. Robert Kennedy Jr. was a great choice. J.D. Vance was a great choice. Now, what I find interesting about myself, having said that, is I just mentioned 2 Democrats and a Republican, because they're more centrist than they are Democrats. So all of this happened before. All of this will happen again. You're absolutely right. The Babylon 5 and many other references. The butterfly effect, I do believe, applies to science, especially in genetics, because of growth hormones, on a fruit. Yes, exactly. And hormones in the meats that you're eating, and vaccinations and genetics and so on and so forth. You're absolutely right. Welcome, CK. You're probably going to want to go back and rewatch the rewatch, because I'm going to start wrapping this up. I've got a day to get to. I didn't get out this weekend to do my weekly shopping, so I got to do that. Got to stop at the pharmacy. I gotta work on a headache. I got a bit of a headache today that's just not shaking off. Shake it off. Getting back to our original topic. But so anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for starting your week with me. I want to thank Nate for the attempt at a gifted membership. If it disappeared into the ether, it's a shame. Keep an eye on that payment. See if it actually went through. Don't sweat it if it didn't. You can always try again some other time. If it did go through, let me know if you want me to refund that to you or something like that. But anyway, let's get to a great week. Members, we're doing Tron tonight. Come hang out with me, and we'll start talking about what we'll watch next week. I'll get a promo put together for Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf on Thursday. Yeah, so that's it, my friends. You guys take care of yourselves. Still stay warm out there. We're having a heat wave. We're at 28 degrees. We're almost at the thawing point. We'll see what happens. But take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated because stay hydrated. Drink responsibly. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Hope to see you again real soon.
So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun, our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon, chasing that jazz under the high noon.